In this interview, we are talking to a card-carrying member of the United Democratic Party, Malick Manneh, who is based in the UK, but a native of Bakau. Malick is telling us that it was a mistake to have Baro nominated at the convention in Carababis Hotel in September 2016. Malick is also talking to us about a trend that no one is telling us about the rise of the Kemet movement and how that is going to affect our socio-economic well-being in the Gambia. Concern about the cost of living and about the way those political parties are playing out, whether it's the president, whether it's the incumbent, the NPP, or the opposition. What is your position in all these things that are happening in the Gambia?
My position as a human rights fighter, I want the best for the Gambia. And since, independent, I don't see, they all have a pattern. But now we have come to a point that the country at the moment, it's in a very bad hands. The economy is very, very, very poor. I look at the inflation today, the British pound against the dollars now, it's what, 88 pound? $88? If you look at the food prices in the Gambia, medicine, water, most places don't have clear drinking water. But the sad thing is you don't see this government talking about things that will change the living condition of the Gambians. I have watched a lot of, political parties. And I think where we are now, the political parties have to look very closely. People are changing. Something is changing in Africa now. And if they are aware of what is changing in the Gambia, in Africa, they will put their acts together. Because the way they were dealing with the public is changing. So they are the ones who have to change the way they are treating the Gambians and do what is right. If they say that they like the Gambia, the interest of the Gambia is what put them into politics, then let them act like it. Because people are awake now. People know what a good leader should sound like, what kind of words to hear from the good leader. I have my party, and the reason for that is what I want for the Gambia, the way I think the Gambia, if I can have the ear of all the Gambians, I will see that happen. But right now, we need a visionary and a government that can work without interference. That is very important.
What is your party? You said you have a new party. You mean to say a new movement?
No, not a movement. It's a party. We the Gambians, we can only change government through a party.
And what is your party?
United Democratic Party.
UDP.
UDP, yeah.
Okay. So you believe UDP can do better than NPP?
Oh, yes. Yes. In fact, UDP can do better than any other party at the moment.
But can UDP win the election alone without a coalition?
That is up to the Gambians. That is up to the Gambians. If Gambians don't see it the way I see it, well, the way the Gambia is been going since independence is wrong. So it's time for the Gambians to think properly and practically. You know, since Sadauda's government, you know, Yaya Jameke, we have coalition. Yeah. Again, Baro came, and we still have coalition. And this whole coalition, none of this works for us. So I think we, the Gambians, we should go for a party that is big enough and have the people to form a government, you know, from its own party. That way there wouldn't be a pushing and pulling. There wouldn't be a sabotaging. Because the government, this kind of, how to call it, this kind of coalition government, they sabotage each other. People work in their own difference. But the way I saw the United Democratic Party, I live in the United Kingdom. This is the only party that stood since the time Yaya Jammeh condemned, you know, NCP, PPP, and GPP. What? Was it GPP, Hassan Musa Kamara's party?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he condemned these three parties. These are the three parties that came together and formed United Democratic Party. They went to different people to lead the party. Everybody said no because they were scared of Yaya Jammeh. Until when they when they reach, you know, Alhaji Ousainou Darboe. That's when he agreed. So Gambians, this is what I want Gambians to see. He's got a population behind him, both in Europe, very much educated people. You know, this party is run and sponsored by people. It's people's party. We all put our money into it. You know, but they are good people.
So Mr. Manneh, who do you blame for the collapse of the coalition government in 2016 or 2017?
I blame all the coalition, how to call it, members. I blame them all because they should have not let President Barrow be the flag bearer.
Why?
My brother, there is no job in the world that you do without checks. Either it's your certificate, your job history, finance. All this have to be checked when it comes to a president. To select a president, you have to put certain checks. You have to tick certain boxes. But when President Barrow took, I don't know President Barrow before he became a president. But when I saw that man stood on a platform, I knew we have failed. Because you don't see it in him. If I was quick to detect that, what was all those political leaders that was around him when they were doing the coalition? Yeah? What was Honorable Halifa Saleh thinking? What was Honorable Sidia Jatta? The late, you know, Jallo.
OJ.
Yeah? OJ, yes. These are all very experienced politicians.
But Mr. Manneh, your people nominated him at the convention in Caraba Beach Hotel. Your people nominated him. So what are you talking about now?
What I am talking about, you know, he was the last. All of UDPs, executives were in prison. But that doesn't mean that the coalition have to agree with whoever UDP puts on them. They have to go by the qualification of the person. You know, I don't understand why somebody like him will be a flag bearer for the coalition. Let us see this is a coalition. It's not about UDP anymore. They make their nomination and they bring all the candidates onto the table. Before they even vote for the candidates, somebody should have said, hey, let us look at the how to call it, the education of the candidates, the flag bearers, because every party pull a flag bearer, yeah? And they went. And then Baro lead from there. Yeah, but when they went to vote for the flag bearer, it's not only UDP that went on the ballot box. It's all the parties went there.
But UDP supporters were the ones who voted overwhelmingly for him, so that's why he stood out and won the election at the convention. So you are blaming your own party supporters.
No, I'm blaming everybody in the coalition. I'm blaming everybody in the coalition.
So you think a UDP government under Darboe will do better than NPP, Baro?
Yes, much better, much better, much better. The others, they have a good head, but they don't have the party. They don't have the people.
Like who?
Like Doi. I like Doi's resume. I like their, how to call it. I like their way, but they don't have the people. So why should we just go with something that's not going to happen? If it is in the United Kingdom, you have the biggest party and the sitting government. They are the ones that go face to face in the house. So the Gambia should be the same. Otherwise, we are wasting our time with a small country like the Gambia, 20 parties. If Gambians love each other, if they love each other, there wouldn't be 20 parties. There should be only maybe 2, 3 parties. If things get harder, those 3 parties, even 2, come together and win the incumbent. So let us talk about the Gambia instead of the party. Let Gambians put their mind into wanting their country and stop, all this.
But Mr. Manneh, one can argue that it's democracy. So as long as you get the minimum requirement to register a party, so it's all right. So it's democracy, multi-party system.
Yeah, that's why, people are crying for food prices. It's democracy. You don't eat democracy. You use democracy to make a life better for yourself. You see, that is democracy. Like I said, when Baro was picked, somebody should have asked, what is Baro's education? Yeah? What has Baro worked in his life? What has he done for the Gambia? Before they allowed, even if UDP bring him, they should have said, oh, bring somebody else. Until they see the qualification of the person. But the man is an old hustler who come to Europe and got deported. And he was in the Gambia selling, land and renting the people's, properties for them. This is why he cannot even read the scripts. Because nobody checked it. Nobody checked. And it's the Gambians that voted for him. It's not only UDP. The whole Gambia went to the polls and vote for. If the politicians failed, the Gambians should ask, who is this man? But everybody jumped at him and went and cast their vote for him. It's not UDP, it's the Gambia.
As we speak today, the IEC has registered a new political party. Are you aware of it?
Is it? No, that one is not registered yet because NPP is divided.
No, I'm not talking about the NPP. This is a new political party that has been registered. The IEC issued a press release today, Thursday. So are you aware of it?
No. That is another blow on my face. This is not good, bro. This is not good. We all the Gambians should come out and say to ICC, don't register any more party. In fact, you have to debunk most of these parties, resolve them. The meaning of this is division. We might call it democracy, but what sort of democracy is this? People getting divided, more and more divided.
Okay. Okay. Now let's go back to your UDP, your party. Are you aware of the divisions within the UDP about the various camps? For instance, now, who do you think will be the best suited candidate for the standard bearer or for the standard bearer for the party, like presidential candidate for the party in 2026?
Well, Alhaji Ousainou Darboe.
But are you aware of the threat from within, like Talib Bensouda? Some might argue
The
that
threat
Darboe.
is not there. It's people who are intuiting it. It's not there. People are creating that for themselves. You know, every home have a thingy, how to call it, must have a leader. Yeah. You know, United Democratic Party, there's something that make it United Democratic Party. That's what people fail to understand. What people are thinking and what they are trying to say, if that happened, the Gambia is going to be in a deeper problem because all this separation is not going to create anything but chaos. The best thing is to let UDP go. You know, this man is not going to be there even a full term. You know, if he step down, whoever takes, it's fine as long as United Democratic Party form their government. And all this government is going to be formed through the United Democratic. It is a government waiting. If you look at the party, their Congress, you can see it is a small government. All they will do is move to the State House. You know, everybody will be in their positions. But this kafung government is what we have to stop. And I am going to call on Gambians to see where we are going. Look at the Gambia's economy. Now the safer is in the Gambia. People are using safer in the Gambia. Look at the business sector. Who is dominating the Gambia businesses? Yeah? Everything we are eating is imported. And our money is, you know, going down. What are we going to do about this?
Maybe Mr. Manneh, because you are an insider within the UDP or you are a card carrying member of the UDP, you wouldn't want to say so much. But there are internal wrangling between the UDP and Talib. The threat of Talib is there. So you want to sweep it under the rock.
Now, who is Talib? Why
You
did Talib come to United Democratic Party? Because he wants to win. Without United Democratic Party, Talib is nobody. Without the United Democratic Party, Yankuba Darboe is nobody. He's an ordinary lawyer. He will come back to UK and continue his lawyer. Rohit Malick Law is the same. You come to a party and the party recognize you. That's it, what is happening here. But if people think that if Talib branch up, he's going to make it, that's when people will believe what I am telling you. The people that are going to follow him will be very little people. United Democratic Party, you can't crack this party. It's the only party that keep losing and surviving. How many times since Yahya Jammeh time, how many times does this party failed? But they are still standing. So all the people that I see talking, they don't know what makes United Democratic Party a party. They are just talking about what they think. But as they can see themselves, all these candidates they are choosing, if they have the mic, they make it very clear that they are UDP and they are part of UDP for life. I never had anything from Talib or from Yankuba or from Rohi that made me think that there is even, you know, a small of what people are talking about.
Mr. Manneh, they might not say it, but actions speak louder than words. You know that.
Well, I don't believe in might. I believe in reality. You know, if I see the signs, I will say it myself. I am for the Gambians.
But
You
what
know?
I mean is, it's not about mind. I mean, the actions speak louder than words. So they are not saying it, but their actions is speaking louder than, I mean, word of mouth.
Well, like I said, let him do it. If he is saying it's no point, making, signs or whatever, go for it if you want. But why didn't he go for it? Because he don't own the party. He's not sure. Anybody who comes, this is why Darboe himself was kicked from Barrow's government, because Barrow wanted him to tell United Democratic Party to back him. And Darboe said, no, I cannot. I don't own this party. I don't even form this party. They come to me and ask me to be a leader.
But the same reason, Darboe could also say, now since 1996, I've been the standard bearer. Now let me let go. Let me let the young ones lead. And let me lead from the rear.
We, the UDPs, we don't talk like this. We don't think like this.
Well,
it's always the outsiders that talk like this. You see? This is our party. Gambians should worry about who is ruling their country and forget about criticizing another party. If Gambians want to stand for the Gambia, they should talk to all the parties to become one. And stop all these little parties that we call democracy. This is my take. I am not an executive in United Democratic Party. I am only a supporter. I support the party because I believe that the party can govern the Gambia better than any other party, because they are the one that have the how to call it, the body, the experience, and the caliber of the people from the Gambia and Europe. I can see them everywhere. If tomorrow UDP became a government, that's when people will see. They can change this government, but also the three-tier government system that we have, it will work properly with United Democratic Party because they have the people, especially if they won the majority in the House. Our problem is this, and a lot of Gambians don't understand it, Mr. Balde.
So you think in the 2026 presidential election, with or without coalition, UDP will sweep the polls?
I cannot say that because incumbent is very hard to take. Africa's election, I don't believe in it anymore. It's not about the bigger of the party. It's about the sitting president, what they are going to do. But I want the Gambians to open their eyes. That's what the Constitution says. It says after every election, Gambians should come together and watch the people that they trusted their government with. So the Constitution has said it all. But we, the Gambians, don't even go into the Constitution to see what our law has says. That's the sad thing.
Well, on that note, Mr. Manneh, what else would you like to say regarding issues within the UK, the Gambia, or around the world to close?
What I want to say is that the world is changing. The world is changing and everybody can see it. I wouldn't go into detail now because this is going to be a very wider thing. I know how Europe is changing. And a country like the Gambia, that 3/4 of what you are eating, wearing, that makes you happy is coming from elsewhere. We are the ones that have to take. Europe is gearing into a third world war. They are putting all their money into bigger weapons. And we, the Africans, the best we should do is to make our own food, have our independence from Europe and America. We shouldn't be talking about politics like this. We should be talking about developing, because time is not waiting for anybody. So let us unite and see the way that is best for us. Choose the person. Let's change our country and put it on a better way, like the Sahel brothers are doing. We never had that sort of thing. And now a lot of African countries are thinking that way. And that's where Gambia should. That's where I will close for now, Mr. Balde, until next time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Manneh. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.